those links for you where you are not required, to have really any type of vaccination. For your child to attend a public school, guess what? You don't have to have them. I know they all try to scare you into it and all that junk. Guess what? You don't have to. So I'll be sure I'll find those links for you, just so you can, keep up on the information. Also, about the Gardasil, here's something, they really don't like to post this. Okay, now they say, Gardasil preventative from cervical cancer. You'll hear that everywhere. But it's the idea that it's against HPV. Well, no, it's not. HPV has 150 different types, and some actually argue that there's over 200. But I'll be honest, I really only found 150. So 150 different types of HPV. Okay, like 15 of those are high risk. Only 15. Now, Gardasil only protects against 4 different types. Only 4. It's 6, 11, 16, and 18. And just kind of sum it up, the 16 and 18, so 2 of the ones that it protects, quote unquote, protects against, are high risk. Your 6 and 11 are considered low risk. So a version of warts or something along those lines. Not cervical cancer. So they're unbelievably misguiding. And when we talk about cervical cancer, they have 2 different types. The idea of Gardasil and the other one is Cervarix. And Cervarix, once again, Gardasil protects against 4 different types. There's 150, or over 150. But 4 different types, 6, 11, 16, 18. Cervarix does only 16, 18. Okay, and they're saying it's 92% effective. Yeah, well, guess what? They don't have any proof of it, which kind of sucks on their part, but they're going to keep saying whatever they want, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, they just want to make millions of dollars. That's all they care about. Plus, plus soft killing the people. Can't forget that. I
know, and you have to imagine, this is just, they're scaring everyone with, oh my gosh, I have to protect myself against cervical cancer. Well, cervical cancer is one of the lowest forms of, fatal cancer in America. I don't know why they're bothering trying to push it like crazy, if people are aware of that, but they just don't bother, presenting that information. But here's something. It was actually a personal testimony from a family member of mine, and in 1998, it was discovered stage 4 cancer, cervical cancer. And, it was obviously very, very terrifying for her. Well, Rosa 2000 rolls around, and they're like, okay, well, it's stage 3, actually. I'm like, oh, okay. She has, a couple different, 2 types of surgery, 2 different surgeries, one 2000 and one 2001. I'm sorry, 2001 was the other surgery. And, again, stage 4 is what they first said. 2 years later, it became stage 3. And they did the surgery, and after 2001, there's 0 signs of it. She's perfectly fine. Here it is 2011, and, perfectly healthy.
And
so, that is something to take in consideration, is that this HPV virus, like 50% get affected with HPV. That's fine. There's 150 types of it, number 1. Number 2, your body naturally fights off this HPV. Generally, hardly anyone has any symptoms, any reactions to it. And your body will kill it off in like 2 years.
Vitamin D, and keep yourself clean. There you go.
Pretty much, eat your fruits, your vegetables, get those natural vitamins, and I hate to say it, pay attention to what seeds, are good and not. But I'll be honest, I eat seeds like crazy. I love eating pumpkin seeds. It's really ridiculous.
We'll get on to GMOs another time, because that's a whole nother show. But I want to make one final point as far as Gardasil goes, and then we're going to have to run to our break. One thing I want everybody to remember, we have the GOP nomination coming up, and we have the elections for 2012, all that kind of stuff coming up. And one thing I want everybody to think about is that Rick Perry in Texas in 2007 did an executive order to make every girl in Texas have the Gardasil shot. And he did this knowing full well that it was killing some girls, turning other girls into vegetables, making girls sick, making them not be able to walk again, those kind of things. And he did that. Luckily, the state house in Texas did a quick vote, and they repealed his executive order. So they're the ones that actually stopped it. But I want everybody to think about that when you're looking at these candidates and you look at Rick Perry. Remember that if he becomes president, he's going to mandate shots for everyone. And keep that in mind. They're going to force them. I mean, they're going to come through your front door, hold you down, and give you the shots. That's where we're going to go if we have a monster like Rick Perry in here. So that's all I wanted to say about that. So everybody think about it. We're going to cut to our break, run a couple of commercials, and we even have a little Buffalo Springfield for you to enjoy. And we'll come back with some more news and hot topics right after this.
You feel that? It's uber new, uber awesome, uber sexy. It's Uber Radio Network.
You don't need me to tell you that humanity is in a deep crisis. Everyone can feel it. We know a tectonic struggle is now taking place between the forces of freedom and those who love darkness, bondage, and enslavement. Yes, my friends, evil is rising. But take heart. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Recently, New World Order operative Hillary Clinton admitted they're losing the info war.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
The globalists are scared. They've overreached. The future of the info war is in your hands. Join PrisonPlanet.tv. Download the thousands of special video reports, ebooks, and more, and get them out to everyone you know. Continue to spread the word about the broadcast on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and every other globalist propaganda platform. We are going to use their system against them. The info war now goes into high gear.
There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and carrying signs, mostly say hooray for our side. It's time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Paranoia strikes deep into your life, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man come and take you away. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Children, what's that sound?
You're
listening to URN Radio, only on the Uber Radio Network at uberradionetwork.com.
And welcome back, everybody. Well, you didn't actually go anywhere. You just enjoyed Little Buffalo Springfield. I know I did.
It's a good song.
I like it, you know. I just, that song is probably my favorite political song of all time. I would say. You know, safe bet anyway. But yeah, it's. I think that we're going to shift gears, and we're going to start talking a little bit about OWS. If you don't know what that means, it means Occupy Wall Street. Okay. This has really been, you know, pretty hot and heavy in the news lately. We've had a lot of incidents, and I don't know if people are aware, but it's getting more and more violent as the movement actually gets more and more co-opted. Okay? A lot of people may not realize what's going on, but, you know, you have to realize that this movement was right almost from the get-go co-opted by the radical left-wing groups. Okay, MoveOn.org, very strong Obama supporting group that is one of the key players in this. Okay, another key player in this is Acorn. Okay, and Acorn, you know, is supposed to be a defunct group, but they're very huge Obama supporters, made up of communists and socialists, and that is what we're seeing out there in a lot of this movement. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen it on some of the news. I don't know, because I don't watch mainstream media. Being that's all owned by the globalists, I refuse to actually watch that. So I stay away from the mainstream. So if you're watching mainstream media, maybe you can tell me. You know, you can always call in. We have the call-in line. Call-in number 608-254-9294 if you want to chime in on any of this stuff. But we have been getting increasing numbers of violence. Okay, we've had recently we had, let me find it. I've got a whole stack of stuff here. Where'd it go? Here it is. A 24-year-old Marine veteran that served 2 tours in Iraq. Okay, he was at the Oakland OWS protest, and he was shot point blank with rubber bullets and beanbags in the head, fracturing his skull. Required brain surgery, you know, all kinds of stuff. This guy came out of 2 tours in Iraq without a scratch. Came home to a peaceful demonstration, and it turned into a mess. Then there were the people that went to him and tried to help him because he's laying on the ground bleeding. We have them getting, you know, tear gas canisters shot at him, rubber bullets at the people that tried to help him. It's really starting to get pathetic. And something that I want to say about the OWS, there are a lot of good people that have been swept up into this. Okay, and they're there marching, wanting to end the tyranny in our country, because most people know by now, they're waking up to the fact that the big globalist banks are who actually runs our country. Okay, and these big mega corporations. Okay, they're the ones that run the United States of America. They run the government. Okay, they are the ones that pull the strings. They say, hey, Obama, we need this, and we need that, and we need this, and he goes through and does it. Okay, he's the one who signs pen to paper and makes it happen. But he's not the one that's coming up with the ideas of what to do. And that's something everybody needs to get through their head, and they need to learn, and they need to understand. Okay? You take somebody like Bush or Obama, either one, they were both controlled by the same people. And just as a footnote, those are the same people that also control Perry, Romney, Bachmann, and Kaine. Okay? If you go out and you say, well, I'm getting rid of